Andrew, come to the room where we spawned.
Well, come outside, by the seaside. Let's give him a warm.
I'm standing next to Liru.
There they are.
Oh. I guess we got boats down there?
Yep, alright, so here's the deal. We are going to be spearheading a massive operation today, but, I've got multiple Spec Ops squads that are going to be being deployed around, where we have all these markers here. So week after week, we'll be, basically role-playing as those various Spec Ops squads, but this is the first group that's going to be on the ground. We're going to have Alpha and Bravo operating in 2 areas north and south of this little harbor area. Alpha's going to land at LZ Apex, hopefully sneak past patrols that are moving around that area, and then hit Point Linda. Point Linda has some radar installations in the form of a dome and a large mobile piece that should be actively spinning around. After those 2 positions are demoed, you're going to move to Spruce. There should be 2 or so AA positions that, it's the ZSU Urals and then 12035 Russian AA piece, which is basically a Tunguska on wheels. Bravo is going to be doing the exact same thing, landing at LZ Badger, making its way through patrols, hitting Point Sidewinder, which has 2 radar pieces of the same description I just mentioned, and then Fjord having that same AA. And then once that's done, they're going to pull back to LZ Badger. Your transport is below me. You're going to rappel off the side of the carrier. They've got an autopilot system where they will break away once you have landed and deployed everybody, and they'll be back at the LZs when you finish your objective. Each boat can handle about 23 persons, so that should not be an issue. Another thing that we do note, Point Luton at grid ref 044978 is a confirmed mortar position, and if you dilly-dally, that thing will probably start striking at your last known pause. Your enemy are what we appear to believe Czechoslovak forces, but with advanced Russian equipment. The local Norwegian government has asked NATO to step in dealing with these guys because we have no idea why the fuck we're here. We're gonna find that out later on, and otherwise we're just going to spearhead this large assault. So, if anyone has any questions, feel free. They don't have night vision. Use that to your advantage. And their patrols are going to actively have lanterns, so if you see lights, you know, that's probably an indication that they're there. There's also probably going to be a few BTRs in your AO, and if you see any armor depots of fuel reserves or whatever, you're free to blow them up at your discretion. Just radio in first to ask me if that's a possible target of interest. Any questions?
To get the enemy type again?
Czechoslovak. So they've got woodland camo, they're generally Russian-backed terrorists. That sort of thing.
They have pantsuits.
They have what?
Have the 2035 Russian AA piece is what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the Tunguska on wheels.
Do we know that's going to be their only thing because they're poor as shit, or?
We don't know. We're first boots on the ground. We're getting SOCOM here. There's 2 pieces total in the AO. One of them's going to be taken out by Alpha, one of them taken by Bravo, and then there's also 2 little, you know, ZSU on wheels, that sort of thing. Yep. Yeah, 2 at each position as well. Those positions, again, are Fjord and, if I can scroll down, Spruce, respectively. And then Linda and Sidewinder have the radar positions.
Just confirming, yeah, they have basically the armor threats can be BTRs and BDRM type things, right?
Correct.
No, okay. Any civilians or anything like that in the areas?
It's nighttime. They'll probably be asleep, but from what we've been reported by the Norwegian government, there was a civilian evac about a week ago, but there could still be some occasional civs to watch out for. Spec Op teams are going to be mostly operating at night, though, so we don't expect civilians to be an issue. But we'll let you know if we get any intel along the way.
They've got fucking Panzers, 2035 Russian AA pieces at Fjord and Spruce, and Linda's got
the radar stuff. No. Linda and Spruce, excuse me. Fjord and Spruce have the actual AA. Linda and Sidewinder have the logistical equipment for the AA to lock onto stuff. You know, the radar dishes and stuff. That needs to be taken out. All of it needs to be blown to high hell.
Did we get anything about Frank, Richard,
Frank and so those are positions that aren't of interest for our operation. Frank, we believe, is communication depot. That's possibly where they're going to be sending reinforcements to Fjord and Sidewinder from. Richard is an unknown position. Zeta, Racket, we believe, are logistical interests. We're going to have Charlie and Delta team, the operations next week, hit Racket, Zeta, Luton, and Reaper. And then Racket, we have 2 Racket positions. That is interesting. I'll have to talk to logistics about that. But the Racket position up on the mountaintop, that's something that SOCOM identified a few hours ago. We're still getting intel about that, so don't worry about it.
Alrighty then.
It's nighttime. They don't know we're coming. They don't know we've snuck a frickin' full-ass naval division here, so... The whole point is, once we have the harbor, we're going to be moving Strike Group Omega in to provide local fire support for the main invasion, and then, I don't know if you've seen the entire map, but we have a lot of looking to find their fucking HQ and stuff, so... It's going to be a while. But again, once you're ready, start rappelling into your 2 boats. Alpha can choose one, Bravo can choose the other, and start deploying to your AO. Mission is a go when you're ready.
Grizzly.
What? Huh?
If you have any questions, I'll be on 50.
Group together as one of the squads or separate.
Alright. Going to put myself right here. But what is up, guys? Liru here. Sorry for not interacting. I was giving them their briefing. But I decided to go crazy here today. We have a very large operation. Now, we don't need to hear Sniper Wolf call everyone gay, so we're gonna run out a bit more over here. I do love, though, in the light, you can see the little surface right there, the outlines of the ships. Everything's moving around, gizmos and whatnot. But I got a comment a few weeks ago saying for carriers I should really have, you know, an actual escort fleet. So I decided to just put a bunch of locked vehicles from the Hellenic Armed Forces mod and just kind of, you know, stack them together. But, you know, when we can, we try to utilize the boats. They're just a bit OP. But, you know, as the missions go by, we'll be seeing some, you know, more stacking of units. But anyway, their operations are quite simple today. Let's see. So that's LZ Badger, LZ Apex. We'll start with Alpha. Alpha's gonna land about right here, where it's a bit easy for them to get on to the shoreline. Cut through, I've got 2 patrols with some attached lanterns going around. They're providing some scouting detail, just making sure everything's okay. I decided to put it on the 1st man and the 6th man. Because usually I like to do, like, caboose in front, but I thought we'll spice it up a little, put it more in front. I've also got some random static positions of, you know, just a car and a few guys just looking around. And then actual point, let's see. Still haven't memorized these. Point Linda here. This building needs to be blown up, and this little radar piece needs to be blown up. And there's only about a squad worth of guys and a Dishka, as well as an open UAZ. And then I've got a BTR-60 with another 2-man team, and then our actual AA position, which has the big boy, and then I've got some ZSUs set up as well. Now, I'm not sure if these guys are actually in the gunner seat itself. I don't think he is, because he has his rifle slung, but that doesn't really matter, because there's not really an AA threat that needs to be worried about right now. And then over at Alpha's position, I also have a bit of I guess we'd call this an armor storage site, where I've got some BM-21s and BMD-1s. That could be either demoed or left alone, but this is a campaign, so every one of their actions will have, you know, some effect later down the line. If this is taken out, that'll definitely help them out in the long run. So going to Bravo's objective now. Let's see where specifically Badger is. This was a bit tougher to find a specific LZ, because if you notice, there's like a really big sloping up, and it's really hard for infantry to kind of, make it up these slopes, but I finally found a decent point over at LZ Badger here. It's a bit more, walkable compared to those big-ass slopes, but from there, I've got one patrol more in the highlands up here with the car, and then one kind of going with the lowlands. And then this is Sidewinder, if I remember correctly. Yep. So that's the piece. Both of them, they gotta blow up. They can honestly put a satchel right in the middle, and that'll destroy both of them. But again, guarded by a squad. I got the technical up here. 4-man patrol going back and forth, which I do have for the other position.
Hey, Andrew, Alpha is ready.
BTR 60, and then the AA position right here.
I just had a bunch of guys join my squad and join the server as well, so I'm just waiting for them to get done. It's still a bit Arsenal.
So again, nothing too difficult. Let's put down our global settings here for everybody to see. We're going to go with our classic. So 90, 35, 50-50. And the reason... Actually, no, we're going to bump that up a bit for spotting. I'm going to bump it up to 75 because it's nighttime. But if they're spotted, they're spotted. Because these guys don't have NVGs, but that really helps with the light. If you've noticed, I put a few, generators down with some, streetlight smalls. These can actually be shot out. I wish the lanterns could also be shot out, but they can't, but I can just delete them if they're engaged. But hopefully I won't have to, because those patrols aren't supposed to be engaged. Now, if shit really starts hitting the fan, I'll do two things. A, I've got a mortar position back here,
So, let's give him a warm welcome.
marked as Luton. And yes, that's a tribute. But, otherwise, I'll be bringing reinforcements from, other parts of the AO. But I have also been setting up logistical stuff for future missions. For example, this will be mission 3 later down the line. And this is what's going to let the boats finally come in. But I'll also start getting into the lore in about 2 weeks when we do this one. This is just a massive campground up here. But, for the sake of frames and stuff, I don't have everything put down yet. And what's also cool is we'll be doing next week the mission where we hit these 4 objectives. There will also be a secondary objective or possibility to take out the reinforcements coming from the tunnel. And if the tunnel's taken out, then obviously we can't use it for the rest of the campaign, but it'll stop a large amount of reinforcements that come in to deal with, the second mission's objectives, which is the mortar position and then some logistical stuff I'll have down here. So that's another part of the campaign where we'll see how the player base takes it. And then there'll be another mission up here with Point Richard and Frank. Frank is really just a communication area, nothing too important, but Richard's going to be like a large factory area. I just haven't spilt that yet, so it's not quote-unquote spawned in. But hey, we'll see how this goes. We're going to get some nice shots of them rappelling down to their boats. And I'll ask you guys, what do you think? What do you want to see? I'll try to make it work. Just remember, this is, it's a spec op style of operation where they're only going to have about, let's see, there are 26 people on the server right now, discluding me. That's 25 players, so it's about 12 and 13. So larger squad size elements than what we normally run with a squad generally being 8 people, but 2 of them are probably going to be dedicated UAV operators, so probably non-combatant roles, and they probably took all the medic slots, so 2 medics per squad. I hope they did. But the real kicker with this campaign is I've taken the health coefficient that they normally enjoy. We usually have it at about 3 or 4. I've taken it down to about 2.5. So if they take 2 shots to the chest, they're going down. And then a medic will have to bring them up. So they can mass cas very, very easily, which is why the units are so balanced here. But as we, get through the next few missions, we'll start seeing more and more enemy units, more armor, but they'll also start unlocking support. So now that the AA will be gone by next week, they can have a CAS pilot. They can have helicopter support. In a few missions after they take out the third thing, which is up here, the frickin' Omega Battle Group will be in here, and I'll let them call in artillery strikes when we start doing missions into here. But this is supposed to be a 7 to 8 mission campaign. After the first 4 missions, the next 4 are going to be kind of exploratory, where we look around large areas of the map and try to find, HQs, intel, etc., and see if we can, find the head honcho of this group and take him out by the end of the campaign. So this campaign is completely failable if they don't do proper recon coming up. So we'll see how it goes. I must have a UFO hanging around since it's a Norway map. Yeah, I actually looked this place up on Google Maps. This is actually a legitimate place, and this goes up into the Northern Ocean. I think it's called the Northern, whatever. It's which then feeds into the Atlantic. So the orientation is like 90 degrees off. It should be a bit more like 90 degrees to the left, but that's neither here nor there. It's just a map. It's just an operation. We just do fun stuff. The North Sea, that's it. I'm sorry, 2D. You know I'm retarded with this. I make the missions. Is this one life only? Yes. Let me mention that. Squad leads, this is Liru. Do copy?
Yep. It.
Due to the nature of this operation, since there's no way to reinsert people, this is a one life only operation. Keep that in mind. Good point to make. I forgot to tell them that, because honestly, yeah, how would they reinsert? I don't know why. There's always a squad that likes to inhabit this little, like, next to this little tower, and sometimes they like to go on it too. It's so weird.
Warm welcome, shall we?
But at this point, we're waiting on them, because we're going to see a cool shot of them all rappelling down. We'll see how it all goes.
I'll be taking the left boat.
Have them stumble on a farmer or civ and have to make a lone survivor decision. I don't want the civs to be the focus here. I don't really want to have to deal with role-playing civs for this campaign. It's just meant to be a fun little spec op thing, but here we go. They can rappel off the side of the carrier. And one of them just jumped off like an idiot. I always thought this was cool. And then they land and you make big splashes. Because, come on, who else in Arma does stuff like this? One of them just jumped off into the water. I hope he didn't kill himself, frickin' Neander. So they're spewing those boats up.
How the hell do you repel?
It's a scroll wheel option. We teach this to you in basic. Some are just jumping. Some of them just say fuck it and go Geronimo, but some people like to have the cool rappel shot. That's what I also like. I always try to offer choice. If you want to jump off and look like an idiot in front of everybody, by all means. If you want to feel like a cool badass and rappel off the side of an aircraft carrier, by all means. Yeah, they are lemmings. If you guys saw the frickin' YouTube highlight from yesterday's Vietnam op, I still question that decision, and no one can give me a straight answer on why they did it that way. They just said, oh, this is going to be a great YouTube highlight. And I'm like, I don't want to make YouTube highlights, guys. I want to make you look good. But like I said, this vehicle can fit about 23 people. Camera's always wonky with the water, so I'm trying to get a good shot here to show you guys. But yeah, it's also kind of funny because they sit in the water because of how this vehicle works with its balance to the ocean.
Hey, Bravo, Alpha's ready.
They all sit back there, and then you have a driver.
Understood. We're all mounted up right now. We're good to go.
Okay, well, they should have a driver. Here they've got one. Alright. So it's usually a driver, navigator. They've got AA missiles. Looks, I just heard one of them moving it around. They've got a 50 cal, and then a twin 50 on the front. You know, a nice little fast attack boat that can carry quite a few
Hi,
guys.
Command. This is Bravo. Message over.
This is High Command, send traffic.
Our boat's ready to go out.
Say again?
Thank you. Come on.
We're departing, High Command.
Roger, Grizz. Remind the other squad that, yes, they have to drive themselves to the AO. Fucking idiots.
We have another squad.
Disregard, Grizzly. Just continue on mission. Have fun, everybody. Out.
Copy that.
I give up. So yeah, Battle Group Omega, for example, I've given an Anzac, 2 of the French frigates, and then some patrol boats and some small
Andrew,
missile boats.
make sure you are not following the green line we have on map. That
And
is
I've got the
my
defensive
hopes.
grid right here. Let's see, if I go into map here, they've got a green line down. That's for Alpha,
worry, we
which
have
is
our own line.
Grizzly, and then Drew's is going to lead Bravo. They don't have their own line, otherwise I'd see it. But from there, we'll see how everything goes. So, I'm excited. Otherwise, this will be a bit of a slow insert. That's for the teams to make their final jokes, make their final preparations, and then we'll, get underway here. Will civilians appear in this campaign? Yes. Yes, they will, later down the line. That feeds into the factor of why these insurgents are here in Norway in the first place. But, yep, this is a full dedicated 7 to 8 mission lore campaign. It just depends. It's to last us till the end of Blue 4 rotation, which is at the end of May. And then we go into Green 4 rotation, and that's where we can do all the fun PMC style stuff. When will you do another Vanilla Op? I do a Vanilla Op every Friday. This past Friday, I was celebrating my birthday, so we did the Friday Op on Thursday, but the last Altis Vanilla Op for the camping we've been doing with the AAF will be next week, and then after that, we're moving to Malden. And then it'll be Altis again, then Tanoa, and then maybe Stratus somewhere again. You know, keeping everything fresh. How am I enjoying Far Cry 5? I beat it. I had to suspend my disbelief a lot to enjoy it, but it was still fun. Oh, there goes Daka. Really wish these guys would verify the integrity of their mod sets every so often.
Hey, High Command. Yeah, that was my demo guy that just DC'd, so he's probably going to need a DP up.
Yeah, roger, he'll be TP'd up. We'll still be doing technical reinserts, but no tactical, so.
Copy that.
So they're about halfway there. Yeah, if people crash and whatnot, it's always polite to at least bring them back into the AO. Otherwise, it sucks. When will the Thursday Vanilla Op make it to YouTube? It's probably gonna be a while, because I still have 4 other Vanilla Ops that need to make it. I'll try to put a rush on it, but I have something called a YouTube, the YouTube backlog of, that's what I at least call it, but it's basically about a month to 2 months worth of videos that I just haven't gotten around to uploading on YouTube, because I do more ops than I can upload to YouTube, which I don't think any other Arma 3 player can say that. Just shows how much that A, you can do with the game, B, how much I can do in the game in a week and still have a life, and just how much fun you can have with everything overall. Am I going to use the Far Cry 5 map editor? That's a thing? I'll definitely check it out then. When are the zombie ops RPs on? We generally... If we were to do another zombie op, it would probably be on Tuesday, via something to sign up, but I don't have any plans for any zombie ops, because...
Let's give him a warm welcome.
With my personal community, we've done a lot of zombie stuff. We usually always do a lot of zombie stuff around Halloween in October and November, and then we occasionally touch it once or twice throughout the rest of the year, and then we extended the zombie stuff because I did a big campaign with the 506, but, my player base burned out from zombies very easily, but it's always in our mod set. I mean, if I wanted to, I could spawn a shit ton of zombies, but that's not the point of this mission, nor this campaign, so, We'll see. If I get a bunch of people that ask me to do a zombie op that are players, not viewers, people that I will actually play the damn thing, then sure, I'll make a zombie op, but till then, just do what they do. So I'll be remote controlling the boats, putting an AI down, and driving them back after they've landed. Otherwise, they're both about to make it to their insertion points. I got this nice little lighthouse here. I experimented with putting some AI down right here to have a cool, like, intro shot, but we're gonna get one last scene of light. If I did, that would easily be spottable, so I decided not to. You know, shit happens. Any nuclear threat in this campaign? I can't spoil things now, guys. Don't worry. How large is my operator Chan folder? I actually do have a folder filled with a bunch of images of Operator Chan because I'm planning on using them for some upcoming, like, talking videos, but none of them are pornographic, so... Alright, they're all getting out of the boat.
Ready. Copy that.
Bravo, this is High Command. Be advised, the autopilot's spewing up on your boat. It'll be returning to a safe distance. Please let me know when you want your pickup, and I'll bring the boat back.
Understood.
Hi, Alpha has reached the ground.
Ready for orders.
Solid Alpha, your autopilot should be kicking in momentarily.
Roger that.
Copy that.
See, they're actually smart to detect that, and he's gonna back up instead. There we go. But just pull them back to a bit of a safe distance. They'll turn around, set them to careless hold fire so they don't, you know, mess with anything in the AO itself.
Hey, High Command, the boat kind of armored some of Alpha. Can we get an ACL or no?
No, it didn't. Roger, it shouldn't have because you were on the coast, but I ACL'd you anyway. That's your one mulligan for the day.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, how would it Arma? Oh, it's probably when they were getting out and it was still moving because someone was still driving it. That happens all the time. That's something finicky with boats because physics damage and whatnot. But so Alpha is deploying their drone. Ruling Commander, who honestly is probably one of our best drone operators, is going to be sending that up. And Teacher, another one of our really good drone operators, is putting a drone up. So good, good. And then Daka looks like he's finally made it back, so I'll wait for him to speak on side chat, and I'll TP him to Alpha, so we'll get there. Will there be BTR ADAs in the campaign? Yes. Yes, there will be. And what I mean by talking videos is, you know, to talk about my thoughts on upcoming Arma 4. There we go. There's Daka speaking. And a few other things that, you know, once in a while pique my interest. I gave a small rant about Arma 4 yesterday.
So, give a warm welcome, shall we?
People are all, like, speculating what the game's gonna be, but if they were to just play DayZ, they'd know how the game's gonna operate, because DayZ runs on the Infusion engine, and Arma 4 is being made on the Infusion engine. And Bohemia, in the past, has always been a little lazy when it comes to game development, so, you know, it's easy to see how Arma 4 is gonna be, just play DayZ, but I digress. That was the rant. Otherwise, they're set up on the coast. Some of them look naked to me. That's okay. I mean, if you want to spec up and frickin' wave your package around, by all means. If that's how you want to play, as long as you don't screw your entire squad over, I do not judge. I'm disappointed, but I do not judge. How's Bravo handling? Are any of them naked? Yep. 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 Actually, guys, it's to spoil the fun, this is just a glitch from my point of view. They're actually clothed. It's just my game doesn't believe it. Because that's how Ace Arsenals sometimes glitch stuff out. Otherwise, looks like Ruling's going to stay at the LZ and be the dedicated drone operator. That's awesome. We got the rest of the squad taken up to the Highland area, where I do have a large patrol going around. Otherwise, they should be good. They should also be careful about the Highland, because this is a massive light source, and that can, if they're close enough to AI, they can actually spot them using the lighthouses light. I did some testing on that. Oh, what? F Hunter also crashed? Jesus. I didn't even see him crash. So we'll put him there. But Bravo has not moved out yet. It should also be common sense that they should coordinate their attacks, because if the enemy commander realizes that one of their AA positions is under attack, they should start, you know, fortifying the other one. But we'll see what they decide to do. We'll see how things go. Going commando, right? Sergeant D-Bones, I don't know what your obsession is with the BCR-80A. I really do not understand it. But I will try to fuel your obsession, but if it wipes my player base, I'm gonna be mad at you. Yes, you're not allowed to know about the potential nuclear threat, because roleplay-wise, within the campaign, I don't even know about a potential nuclear threat yet. We don't know where these guys are getting their, like, advanced Russian equipment either. You know, what's Putin doing? Arma 4, yeah, I do hope Arma 4 will but run better than DayZ, but, you know, they've got a few years of development, the new engine, it's showing good promise, but they need to keep Arma 4 in the oven for a good 2 years before they even attempt to take it out. Then, you know, let it cool, optimize it, debug it, and then sell it.
Alpha, this is Bravo, we're moving out.
Yeah, so Bravo's now moving out. So when I see them do that, that means either teacher's AFK or he's... Ah, okay, so since he's the drone operator, this is how they're keeping him mobile while he stays in the drone. That's a advanced tactic that we sometimes see within the player base. You gotta give it to him. Sometimes the methods are unorthodox, but they can be very, very creative. Alright, now here's the real issue. We're starting to see Alpha get into the patrol routes of the roaming patrols here. And this doesn't look good because they're going to be looking like they're passing on this route in between the patrols, but this team's going to be walking up behind them and this one's going to be advancing towards them, so they need to be coordinating with the drone operator to keep these patrols in mind, because if they come close, they need to go prone and possibly scatter. Meanwhile, it's a bit more difficult because this group is finishing up its patrol route, but it looks like they're going to go more coastal, or stay more on the side of the ridge, which I don't have general patrols really touching because that's some very difficult terrain for a patrol to kind of, you know, walk around in the middle of the night. Here it's a bit easier because we got a bit more of a flatland plateau going through here, but I did mark the ridgeline itself as the navigational point. Otherwise, both teams are underway. Alpha's a bit more on schedule than Bravo, because Bravo just declared they were moving out a few minutes ago. But like I said, you know, if there's enough time for me to reinforce a position, because if we look at this, they're only about 500 meters away from Linda. These guys still have about a click from Sidewinder. So that could give me enough time to bring down some reinforcements and fortify that position once I figure out what's going on from the enemy commander's point of view. A real military strategy is to send in the naked boys. Oh, and for those of you that always ask about the music, just literally go to YouTube, look up Epic Music, and this is the 6-hour playlist. I use this pretty much for everything that is Tier 2. And if we have a theme like Vietnam or Iron Front, I just find music that fits it. Like the US 506 campaign we're doing right now, that's Iron Front. I use the Call of Duty World War II intro song, because it honestly fits really well with the damn thing. Vietnam, I play a Vietnam playlist. Soviet Russia, I play Red Orchestra 2 music. You know, that sort of thing. But you gotta set things to like 1.25 speed, because otherwise copyright nabs you. So there goes DACA, again. Alpha, this is High Command, you copy?
Affirm.
Roger, recommend one of you loots DACA's body for the explosives since he was your demo op. Gotcha. Because that's a different issue. That's for the Jets DLC. The previous one was for one of the mods.
His body won't, you know, cause some shit to the DC.
No, it won't. No, it won't. It's fine.
Copy.
Here we go. There's the illumination of the lighthouse. So I cannot see him at all in the dark. These guys, you know, they're looking around. They're just doing their patrol. And it's giving these guys a bit of a spook. But if we were to look at this at thermal, for example, it's a bit hard to see for the trees, but you know, we've got this 8-man patrol clearly coming up. These guys staying low. Some of them are wearing hardened thermal equipment from the looks of it, so it's actually making it a bit difficult to see them. That's nice. So they're telling some of these guys to get down. Ruling's still sticking towards the back. If he's caught by himself, that could be a potential issue. I will be capturing people for this campaign. But once they move past the body, I'll delete it in case they want to grab any of his explosives. But this is a pretty tough timetable, because if they lay here for too long, then this group's going to come up right behind them, and that could cause a potential issue. So yes, Alpha has the, you know, the faster route, but they have to be more tactical. Bravo, it's much easier for them to sneak past, because, you know, if you go through the clear ridge area, then it's not that difficult. But with that delay, that might put Bravo in line to beat Alpha to the objective. Yeah, because now you have Ruling coming back, but he doesn't... As the drone operator, this is his main concern.
So let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Alright, so they're moving off the body. I'm going to delete it, because it's also in the patrol path of the AI, so I don't want them to spook on a body. Which isn't supposed to happen, but you can never be too careful with Arma. Well, they're not only taking out the radars, they're also taking out the actual AA itself. Now, of course, you know, if this was realism military, we could just bomb it from high orbit or something, but it's supposed to be a fun campaign. And I was having a debate with somebody over a YouTube comment last night where you can't have full realism in Arma, because otherwise it wouldn't be fun. If a guy gets shot and he's like, you know, broke his leg, he's screwed for the entire operation, you know? That's what real realism is, but if you were to advertise that in an operation, unless you were like a super famous YouTuber and could easily recycle your player base every week with new people, you're not gonna last too long. No milsim unit, star sim, whatever the frick type of sim unit I know is full-on realism. Because this is still technically a game. It's a simulation, but it's a game, and people like to play it, so... You know. So they're starting to beat the patrol. They're about 200 meters in front of it. They're moving slow. Ruling, I hope he doesn't decide to stop right here. He might have noticed that this patrol was coming up on their ass, so that would have made him move. If we control Y here and look at what they've possibly marked, they've marked some of the static positions. They've marked their route like this. Otherwise, Bravo, 8-man patrol, they've marked that one. They've also marked this other one, so they've been getting things down.
Advice, not all of these guys have flashlights from the patrol I just saw. Typically it's the front guy, a guy in the middle, and guys in the back.
Yeah, so he's talking about the little
may
lanterns.
Not be just 3 guys per squad, but you know, it'll be spread out in that general pattern.
Well, this is good. They're sharing intel about the squads.
Hey, Bravo, for you guys, it'll be the fucking
Bravo
flashlights
just spoke back to you.
Have, they're not all going to have. It'll be
So
the
he
front
just
guys,
repeated.
middle guys, rear guys, but not all of them. So just keep that in mind.
He said, hey, Bravo, and then Bravo told him, Ron Net. Ah, silly bastards. Yeah, they're talking about the lantern patrols. This will be on YouTube. Yes, it'll be probably... I'll put a priority on it. I'll probably get this up by about Wednesday and just have this as a recurring thing that comes up every few days or so. Oh, Tootie, if the Discord link on the chat's broken, can you pass them out? If it's being weird, to say the least. Oh yeah, real life doesn't also have, you know, Arma 3 AI snipers that if you put their spotting mechanic up, like let's say you have a sniper overlooking this hilltop and he's, you know, in more of a clear position. Let's go up to, Point Racket up here. Let's say they were up here, like, overwatching, you know, whatever, and you had to go into, you know, your global AI setting and put his spotting up to 100 so he could see, like, any movement that goes around and he could, you know, start zoning in. That also affects stuff coming up behind him, so if someone gets within 5 meters of him behind him, he'll instantly turn around and blow your face off with the frickin' sniper rifle, which is also very, very unrealistic. If you want a more realistic simulator, you should go do Titan IM, but that's not allowed for the commercial market, so join the military, or join PMC, contracting company. Those are the guys that get that. These guys are going to go. We've been kind of putting the favorite on Alpha here because they've had a bit more, you know, worry with the roaming patrols. Bravo has kind of had an easier time, but now they're setting up to take out their first objective right here. So now they're kind of on par to hit the objectives at the same time from this position. But as soon as contact starts, this group's going to run back. This group's going to run back. The mobile stuff's going to run back.
Bravo. Are we ready to commence our attack?
Alpha is not ready. Alpha is going to ask them to wait one. They should probably get a bit closer to assault this position here, but I'll be bouncing around both objectives. In the first minute of the engagement, you'll see me send everything back, giving search and destroy orders and whatnot, possibly a few flares. And then we'll try to zone in on the action. Also, I've got BTRs I have to send up. And 50 cal cars to adjust. By the way, would playing the Zeus firing noise over the side channel give people PTSD in game? I don't think that's how PTSD works. Furthermore, I don't think you really want to give anyone post-traumatic stress disorder, because that stuff is really scary. We can joke about it, sure, but... That's some scary IRL stuff to deal with. Does NAS have a uniform? Everyone should have the proper uniform. It's just glitching out. But no, he's one of the naked guys. Changed up his rifle a bit, but it's still 5.56. I'd have an argument with him about... because he likes to take the 6.5. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And then you run out of ammo and no one has your ammo. And then you're kind of fucking yourself. Yeah, it's a bug. Alright, so Bravo's all set.
Bravo, we are ETA. 2 mics from start.
Here's the issue, though. This patrol's gonna come back. And, it's starting to rain, too.
If you hear nothing from me before 21:35, start your assault.
Hope someone's watching left, because this patrol's coming back. We can see the green tint on some of their NVGs. So they're going to get low. Yeah, this group's basically going to come down and then restart their patrol by going down that road.
Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we?
Nah, we don't have that many ops where there's some rain. I'm gonna keep it because that's just a random part of the map, and if the map, you know, does have occasional rainfall, more for it.
Assault, Bravo.
Roger, going in.
So Bravo's beginning their assault. They're gonna wait out for that patrol. I don't think they know that Dishka's back there. I'm gonna select my patrols, get them ready. Otherwise, they're slowly moving in, checking the buildings. I think Sniper will see us across the way. There's a car right here. So the gunner just turned. He was taken out. Set these guys over as alerted. That woke everything up. When the AA pieces are moving out. And at the other AO, it's still quiet over here. Alright, let's see. Spawn. Pop up some flares. Have a Chekadi infantry team start coming up. Driver's KIA'd and they have that position secure. I've got reinforcements coming in. I don't see anything engaging that group yet. But I'm gonna have some reaction over here. We're gonna start recalling guys. Setting things up accordingly. There's first contact there. Here. Okay, I meant to break that guy away. Come on. Trying to get these guys in the the BMD-1 to mobilize that. They're starting their engagement. Meanwhile, looking over at Bravo. They've set everything up. I assume they have charges down. And that takes out the radar position. So now they have to move in. They are on the clock here. I've got infantry coming in. That group's come in. All right.
Hi, this is Alpha.
This is High Command Send Traffic Alpha.
1 times ZU truck destroyed at this time.
This is Bravo. We took out our radar side, pushing to the AA side now.
Copy that.
Start getting these reinforcements to come in. Break them off from different groups. Alright, so Alpha's a bit behind Bravo, already quickly taking their stuff out. I'm going to do another wave of flares. Another thing of AT comes in. We see some fire coming in. Popping a wave of flares right there.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Alright, so fire is going back and forth. I got some guys on the hills that are firing down. Some AA cook-off.
Morning.
What?
I was just saying good morning. Or afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. Can I get a TP?
Who are you?
Usually the dude that's in the air, but...
Yeah, there's no air today and you're late, so...
Yeah.
I don't feel like entertaining locals right now. I got the BMD coming up. It's like, I'm trying to stream something here. Why are you coming up to me and asking random stupid questions? Ugh. Pop a few flares. I'm trying to make it difficult for them to move in. I got another team moving in. They've killed that group. I'm going to set these guys as individual. They fire a rocket down. Looks like that missed. And that vehicle is now pushing up on them. Let's do a bit of a casualty check here. Garon's healing himself. Everyone appears to be looking okay. This AA piece is now moving up to him. I don't know why it's trying to be so aggressive, but that's going to get itself killed. Looking at the other group right here, they still haven't made it into their AA site. Let's see. Let's grab these three guys, group them together. Put them in that other BMD one and move it out. These guys need to push their momentum up. Otherwise, this group also appears to be stagnating a bit. But I'm going to call for a flare right on their position. I got Lantern coming up. Another thing about these lanterns, see, they like stay floating right there. So they're assaulting from the rear. A few of them turn around to quickly deal with them. But this group's starting to run out of reinforcements. TP to Grizzly. Let's get Daka back in. Hopefully he'll stop crashing. Put a flare down. Insta-kill that BMD. Pockets going up on point here to try to take care of that AA, the radar site. These guys appear to be a bit stagnated. They're pulling around, so they just have this to take out. And they should be okay. I'm going to have these guys come down and form a defensive perimeter along this AA piece. And I'm also going to mobilize a vehicle. Send a BMP-1 their way. Actually, no, I prefer it to be wheeled, because otherwise it's not going to follow the road properly. So let's put a BTR-70 up. Those things have a little bit of a spotty armor mechanic, so it can take quite a few AT pieces to kill them off. But I really don't know why this group's up here, and they're still stagnated to hell. But I'm gonna pop a ranging shot, because they've been there for a while, so we're gonna have that land down, and I'm gonna start using suppressive fire from the artillery position itself. Because they've been there. Let's see, 123, I'm going to say. I'm going to start, you know, creeping the mortars up, and this will immediately get him moving. Daka getting kicked off again. He really needs to verify his mod integrity. Pocket's going first with the auto rifle. Killing quite a few guys. Good for him. Alright, I'm going to grab these BM-21s and try to pull them out, because this side of the AO is being a bit slower than the other. This group has moved out. But I'm going to say 27. By the time that BTR gets up, if they haven't assaulted that position, I will try to drive it away. You're an idiot. Yeah, AI can't do bridge as well. That should be a straight route for the road. Yeah, take a right there. Oh, fuck, there's another bridge. Hopefully he can figure that one out. Also gonna drop around over there. Alright, so they've cleared out that position. Looks like Pockets is down. He traded with the guys in there. Now let me get some suppressive fire going from the pods. And we'll hit their last known position. Still working with this group. I don't know why they pulled back so much. Because I'm going to set these as careless. And I might just try to drive them away if they stay too long. Alright, so that's one BMP I'll be able to have for future use. We're going to pull that out. The other driver for the BMP, I don't know what's taking him so fucking long. But I'm just going to grab this unit and replace them.
Hi, this is Alpha.
This is High Command on traffic.
The big dome radar, do we need to destroy that too?
A-firm, in the brief, you gotta destroy the moving one and the big dome.
Copy that. Ambi, big dome and moving.
Romnet. So yeah, BTR's come up, but they've disengaged. I think it's because they've taken quite a few casualties in that firefight. Sniper Wolf seems to be down. Yeah, so they've got 3 casualties there, but I'm going to start mounting people up. We're going to move these vehicles back. Give him his fuel. Pull things back. And of course the AI are gonna form a... Silly fucking AI. Alright, so Bravo has their stuff pulling back. Slowly trying to pull these BM-21s back as well. But they don't seem to be intelligent. Here, I'm gonna just start driving them myself.
Let's give him a warm welcome.
And we'll go from there. Yeah, exactly, Smutton. The first mission's not supposed to have air. I'm gonna waypoint him instead. Bring him up. But yeah, the P's, as I'm gonna call them, they're very, very nasty pieces of equipment. Oh, I didn't realize that was a road connector. This guy doesn't seem to know how to fucking drive. Oh, he fucked his back wheel. Ah, oh, you fucking tard. That's why he's slow. It's because he damaged the back wheels like an idiot. So that's why he's super duper slow. And I'm gonna remote this BMD and send it.
So let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
So who's up for? It's not Russia. They're Freaking, I have them as Cherno Russians, but you know, that's what we're defaulting them as. These idiots cannot drive. But I'm going to move some of their positions here. It looks like they've been ramming into each other, so they actually broke all their frickin' wheels. Imbeciles. But I am pulling things back accordingly. Sniper Wolf looks like he's getting some recon, but yeah, I'm basically pulling that AA piece back. We'll just hit it next week. Okay, you are a fucking idiot. I gotta call up a repair Ural. We'll put that over here. Slowly have it start coming along. And I'm gonna send an additional squad to come up and re-assault this position. Because we're not gonna mortar our own artillery place. Ground command? Bravo, I don't think we have a ground command today. That might have been just...
Are you asking for me, Bravo?
I'm asking for high command, sorry.
This is high command, send traffic, Bravo.
High command out. We have one-time a vehicle that's escaping. It's already along the main road heading towards town of Lcpl. It's the opposite side of the bay from us. Do you want us to pursue it?
Roger, what type of AA vehicle?
Terry thingamabobber.
You mean the Russian piece?
The Russian piece.
Solid, that's unfortunate. If you've done what you can, RTB at this time, we'll have the boat come and pick you up. We'll leave it to Charlie and Delta to get it if it's heading more inland. So that just means air won't be able to fly properly until, That's not a road. It's driving in the bike lane. Okay. Okay. I'm very surprised it was able to do that, but... Okay. So how many wheels did it actually... How did it fuck 3 of its wheels?
Alpha, this is Bravo, message over.
Send it.
Can I get a status report on your side of the river? Hey?
Say again?
Aye, aye, aye.
Can I get an update on your progress?
We've set charges on fucking Lindo right now. We're moving to Spruce.
So, I'm doing this as how they would repair their vehicles to give it a legitimate tire.
One BTR.
And if you can see on the right, that's my reinforcements coming in. And it's starting to lightly rain again. So there those men go. And we're going to change the back wheel and see if we can drive it then. It's a service road? Okay, I guess that's why it's in there, to rush things on. And I'm going to grab one more wheel. I'm hearing major cook-off. I haven't heard the explosion yet from the... That, I believe, was the radar. Yeah, that was definitely the radar. Look at the red back
Hi,
there.
Command, this is Alpha. Linda is eliminated.
Ugh. Solid copy. Try to find your AA piece. Bravo says theirs already fell back. See if you can get confirmation.
Copy that. We're pushing to our AA piece's location now.
I'm gonna give her some fuel, and by then the other one should also be pulling back here, so I'm gonna move it to Point Reaper.
The only Panzer we've seen is still on site, High Command.
Solid. Hopefully I won't try to start falling back.
One grad has fell back, the other one is still attempting to.
Alright, so that vehicle's been able to figure it out. I might have to manual him. See if I can get this last wheel repaired. It's not giving me an option, so we're just gonna drive it. It's very dark. I'm very surprised I did not just hit a tree or two. Alright.
High Command, this is Bravo. Can you send our boat up for extract?
Solid copy. Sending your boat to LZ Badger now.
On the way.
Or no, it's back there.
Let's give him a warm welcome shot.
That BM-21 is falling back. And I think they just hit my driver. Nope, alright. Ow. Ow. That thing does not want to back up. We'll give it a critical.
High Command, one Thomas Panzer destroyed.
Solid copy. If the other AA vehicles are down as well, please start RTBing at this time.
Copy that. Hey, rolling, do you see any more AA?
Ron net. Pockets is just hiding back here. He needs to go back, because once these things cook off, it is a massive explosion. Because it's got both AA and missiles that are going to be cooking off. But with that destroyed, that's going to trigger... Let's see... Gonna send that underway. And then once that passes...
Hi, this time Alpha's looking for one more ZU truck we saw earlier.
Oh, so they think the BM-21 is the ZSU truck. That's cute. Roger that. Be advised. SOCOM's reporting there's a large stir-up from Point Reaper. It looks like they're sending some reinforcements your way. You might want to get out of there.
Hi, did you copy my last?
This is Hi. Yes, I did. Did you just copy my last?
About the large enemy troop movement? Yeah, I copied it. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Solid copy. Alright. Just trying to make sure this boat's getting to LZ Badger here. So someone just took a shot. I think that was from the chopper. Yeah, it's from the rear gunner. So I got those guys coming in. Alright, and that boat is going at this time. He's just dorking himself. Alright. Bravo, this is High Command. Do you copy?
Send it.
Hey, that, come on.
Roger, Bravo. Your boat is at LZ Badger at this time, waiting on you.
Thank you very much.
Hey, High Command, what's the ETA on the boat arriving at LZ Apex from their start? I'm not calling for it yet. I just want to know how long it takes to get there.
Roger, it would probably take a few minutes. Preferably 2 to 3, sometimes 4. I can't predict the finickiness of the AI on the boat, so... It's funny, because yes, there is a legit AI that's gonna be driving it, so... You know, fun. Have this BMP come down. This chopper is swinging back around. And they are RTB at this time.
Welcome, shall we?
Why don't just put a charge down? Maybe to hit the BMP too as they fall back? Why are you shooting? If I see tracer fire, I'm gonna respond to the tracer fire.
Hey, hi, do we have any type of anti-air on our boats?
I was waiting for someone to ask that question. This is High Command. Each of your attack boats should have 2 stingers on the rear that should be capable of taking out any air threats that might be pursuing you.
Copy that. Are the AI manning that?
The AI is a pathfinding AI. It's not a combat AI.
Copy that.
Trying to fly in. I know it's pitch black right now, but I'm trying to see if one of them's stupid enough to put a tracer at my face. Come on, I dare ya. I double dog dare ya. Don't we have a frickin' light on this thing? I don't know why he doesn't have it on already. There we go. Ambiguous is staying back. Oh, he's setting up mines. That's cute. I'll pursue them with a bit of infantry. We'll pursue them up to the lighthouse. Get this BMP-2 moving again. Try to have it come up the road. Should probably hide myself, because we do have an active chopper going around. Otherwise, we hear the Russian net right now.
So, High Command, just FYI for after-action report. 2 grads did vacate the area. All AA in Linda and Spruce are neutralized.
Roger, we'll do a proper debrief once everyone is RTB.
Copy that.
So what I'm thinking is, they should be using their 2 to shoot the chopper down. Because you better believe this guy's gonna be looking around. Oh, come on, man. Waypointing ain't that hard. There, follow those. Whoop, didn't mean to be in the search box there. But overall, I think this was a good start to the campaign. We'll be recycling assets as, you know, people utilize them. Okay. Did not mean for the AI to missile run them. But it looks like Ambiguous got mowed down. This thing doesn't play around. Ouch. I'm hoping the other boat comes over and smacks it with the AA, because otherwise it's going to be difficult. So it looks like Ambiguous woke up. He's going to have to go
A warm welcome, shall we?
get with his group here, but this guy's still swinging around. We're seeing it take a few hits. Killa tries to get an I think that was a 136 or LAW on it. Doesn't bear to bring it. By the way, V1C, thanks so much for the sub, man. Hope you are enjoying this operation. I hope you continue to keep enjoying this operation. You are a legit idiot. Come on. How hard is it to drive? It's because you're pissed off on something, isn't it? Yep. Yep, it is.
Let's give him a warm
So they're slowly backing up. They've got their gun turned over to that chopper.
Hi, I want that boat coming in now.
Solid copy. Alpha, sending the boat now. They're still firing at it. Bravo's going to be doing a wide turn. Either they're going to come and assist or they're going to RTB. Don't see Ambiguous moving again. Did he get hit? No, he's still planting more. He put putting claymores down and shit. Hey, Iron Lance, thanks for the $10 spot. I hope you've been enjoying the ops, man. Always good to see you're still around.
Copy that.
There we go. So Bravo just turned their thing around. They're moving up to the chopper. Are they doing what I think they're doing? Bravo, this is High Command. What are you doing?
Finishing the mission.
Negative, you are to RTB. You are going into Charlie and Delta's AO at this time.
Hey, hi. I think our boat is a little retarded.
Negative, just let the AI do its thing. I know what they're trying to do, but that would be fully loaded, and I don't have it down for the sake of frames. But if they do anything, it's not going to count for the next mission.
Bravo.
Sniper will just jump out.
If you're exfilling, I want you to use your boat and see if we can shoot down a helicopter on our LZ.
Sniper will just jumped out.
We'll do so as soon as we can.
And they're firing at this helicopter. It's like she just took a few hits and she's going down. We'll critical it.
Hi, 1 times MI8 destroyed.
Solid copy. You better get out of there. I'm seeing more reinforcements starting to go over to your LZ at this time. Hey, Vast, 1230. I appreciate the 1230 spot, bro. Keeping the donation goal even. Oh, wait, no, it added 30 cents. But thank you. I do appreciate that. What are you doing? I'm gonna pop up an MI-24.
Let's give him a warm welcome, shall we?
Because at this rate, they're just not doing what they should be doing. Let's do an alligator, actually. I really don't understand why they're still in this damn AO. Maybe they're trying to find enough room to turn around effectively. Speaking of which, I think that's what these guys are trying to do with the boats. Find enough room to turn around properly. Because they're slightly beaching themselves on that part.
Let's give them a warm welcome, shall we?
Come on, this is Bravo. We're extracting now.
Solid, that's not gonna count.
Hi, your AI beached this fucking boat.
Roger, you're gonna have to work with it. It doesn't count because there would be a lot more reinforcements. That position would have been firing at any boats that would have come in. So, yeah. I'm annoyed that they can't follow orders. Yep, see now that costs Alpha, yep. So done. So frickin' done. How do we speak? Alright. All forces, we're gonna mulligan the past 5 minutes of that operation due to things happening. So, mission was a success. We are going to now debrief. Just follow orders. Not that hard. Alright, I'd like us all... Oh, wrong room.
We did nothing, then cool.
What exactly was
Wow.
being mulliganed?
Alright, so, let's pretend the last 5 minutes of that operation didn't happen, because counter to counter, counter to counter. So, the whole
What does that
point...
even mean? Do you know what that means?
Yes, I know what that means.
Are you sure? Because you just
Yeah.
spew words. Okay, just checking.
You hit my thing deep in the AO where you were going to go next week, so I countered what you were doing, and it caused both boats to get blown up. But I'm mulliganing that because I'm just showing you an example of why you need to follow the orders. Because I'm trying to build up the mission. Yeah, because I frickin' rezzed all of you. But my point is, if it's okay if something fucks up in one of the missions, because we'll just extend it to the next mission, and then the next mission, all the way to the end of the campaign, because that's how we, keep things dynamic as the campaign goes. So I'm just asking, let's mulligan the past 5 minutes, and we'll just, stick to Charlie and Delta's AO for the next time. Otherwise, I thought that went pretty well. Bravo, which was on the northern side, they did their first assault. It went really well. They stagnated a bit, took a few casualties, pulled back, hit most of the AA vehicles. Very well done from everything I could see. And then they, left the AO, and that was fine. Alpha, a bit slower to stagnate, almost got mortared because they kept staying in the same position, finally moved in. SOCCOM does report there were some BM-21s in that AA position that Alpha was trying to hit, but unfortunately they did escape, so we'll probably have to deal with them later in the campaign. But they hit their AA vehicle, and now it's just going to roll over to Charlie and Delta because one of the AA vehicles, it looks like they fell back to Point Racket, and that's what we'll be doing next week. We'll be role-playing Charlie and Delta with air support, but that's going to, that Pashella, whatever we call it's going to be a priority target to assist in, air support being able to get into the AO. Other than that, let's see. Andruza, you were the lead for Bravo. How'd you find that?
There was some issues later on with some stuff shot through a tree that we couldn't see. That was like gameplay wise, kind of got annoying because I think that took down like 3 people. Like we were just walking there and then something just shot us and we just all fell down dead.
All right.
We could. Other than that, everything went. The insertion was smooth. The actual assault on the first radar station went smooth. There was some confusion though where some of the reinforcements came from because when we were assaulting there was reinforcements that came from the west and we were not expecting them because we thought we spotted all the opposition from the west, but then just more guys appeared from the west. But other than that, everything went smooth from the assault.
Let's give
Then
him a
yeah,
warm
the
welcome,
second one we
shall
just didn't have any long range AT to take out the vehicle.
That's fine.
I-
So I don't have everything down that's marked everywhere because if I did, the server would be at 20 frames. I already tested it. So, you just assume the reinforcements come from those positions. And then also the mobile patrols that were avoided, they also came and provided QRF to the positions there. But everything's by design to just try to maximize frames and whatnot. We'll get to questions at the end. Grizzly, you are Alpha Team lead. Go.
So, went pretty well when we did the assault on the radar area. It got a little rough because a lot of Strung's guys went down, but we got them back up. Went in there, cleared the fucking complex. We demoed the fuck out of it and moved on to the next area. We had to pick up a RPG because we ran out of AT because we had like 2 BMPs and a BTR we had to take out. We then RPG'd the fuck out of a Russian anti-air piece along with a ZU that got cooked off by that. We cooked off a ZU truck earlier. Then as soon as we figured out that the ZU got cooked off, we fucked out of there, ran back, got engaged by an MI8 in the forest at night. We then proceeded to get to the boat, shoot that bitch down, ran off, and got hit by...
Yeah,
sure
that's
it was an RPG.
that was an alligator. It, like I said, last 5 minutes of that doesn't count. For the sake of debrief, both teams were able to pull out of the AO in their boats. So, otherwise, we'll go down the list. Ambiguous. Anything to say from Tier 5 POV?
My team, good job at following me around. I know it was akin to, running around with a headless chicken, but hopefully you understood kind of what was going on, and you guys acted,
Let me scroll around real quick.
pretty professionally, given the situation. So, overall, good job on your part, Red Team. And as far as overall, Grizzly, you kept up, at least me knowing what we're doing, and it was very quick of you to adapt to the whole not having explosives thing, and I think that's, we split up quite well. Otherwise, you delegated well, and at the end of the day, we fuck shit up.
All right. Before I get to... Yeah, I saw that. That was silly, in my opinion.
God
but
loves side
works.
attack.
Before I get to Ander...
ATMs from a boat.
Guys, from the Tier 3 and 5's POV, do you guys want, why'd I say POV? Do you guys want your Tier 3 up after this, or how do you want to handle that? Do you want your up?
I'm up for it.
I'm good.
Alright, I'll, for the guys that want to play it, I'll say each of you can grab a Tier 2, and we can do the operation after debrief. I'll start setting that up. Eander, go. You have anything to say?
I mem-leaked super hard 5 minutes into first contact. What I saw was good. Bravo did well.
Anything else?
AT.
Yeah, it went pretty well. It was pretty clean.
Always keep the curtain inside your shower.
Alright.
Yeah, it's true.
Sniper Wolf, anything from your POV?
No, it went alright.
Alright.
I'd say to keep us from being ridiculous and using vehicle-mounted Hellfires to do things, give us like ribs or something next time, so we don't have the thought of doing things that make you want to spawn attack helicopters or whatever.
Well, aren't those AA?
I'm aware. No, those are fucking Hellfires,
No,
dude.
they're not AA.
Oh.
They're
They're
like
Hellfires,
shitty
the
Hellfires that
anti-Dave
only
ground
lock
attack
on
missiles.
things.
They're Mavericks. They're
Okay,
literally
that
Mavericks.
is definitely my
It's a
mistake.
missile
Then
that
I thought that
hurts
was
and shit.
Not
AA.
AA.
Yeah,
All
they're
right.
the
Same
missile
missiles
to
on an
shoot other
A-10.
missiles. Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
They can take out tanks.
That
Let's,
is my
let's give
bad
them a
then,
warm
because
welcome, shall we?
I could have sworn they were AA, but that's my stupid.
Yeah.
Smutton, did you save your questions?
I do. I have two.
Alright.
Killa, what was that rocket you shot at the MI8?
RPG.
Do you think that's gonna bring that down? Just
Yes.
one RPG?
Yes.
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 Okay.
An M203 will fuck it up pretty bad.
Okay. And who? Okay, ruling commander, you shot tracers at it when y'all first saw it, right?
When it was engaging us, I shot it with IR tracers.
Okay. Did you see? Could you see what weapons the MI8 had?
They were.
Yeah, it had rocket
yeah.
pods.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
typically-
two rocket pods and two.
I think
not
what he's
talking-
trying to get at is why did you shoot a super armed thing that had lots of pew pew with your
Yep.
small pew pew?
Because I was separated from the group.
No, you weren't.
So so you would draw attention to yourself by yourself without support. By all means, a small arms fire can take down a fucking helicopter. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it can.
If there's
Definitely.
like 6 or if there's 12 of you shooting at a helicopter with your pew pews, it'll die or it'll
Yeah,
just go
y'all did.
down. Y'all fuck it up pretty bad. But if there's like one guy doing it, all it is gonna be like, oh, I know I'm getting shot from this general direction or this general direction. Or if there's tracers, he knows exactly where he's being shot from.
I will say, from the Zeus POV, it firing missiles and the machine guns at you, that was all the bird, because you kept firing, like a few of you kept just firing tracers at it blindly, and it just kind of kept zoning in on you from that.
Yep.
So,
Luckily, only one person died from that, and that was Zambi.
he woke back
That's
up,
not
though,
true.
I thought.
Yep.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got
no.
back
Woke
up.
back up.
He lived.
Oh yeah, well
Just
I
a
mean,
quick question,
died
dude.
as in he got hit.
Yep, go.
When Sniper fired his flares, did you actually realize they were IR flares?
It wasn't. They fucked it. I used the wrong one. I used not the ace one, and that one was like super bright and yellow for some reason instead of like just infrared. So that was my bad.
Yeah, because they were meant to be
It
IR
looked
flares.
nice
So I
next to the
didn't-
regular flares as they marked our position for the enemy.
Tch.
So that was my bad.
That's fine, but overall, like, the first 4 missions are going to be around the harbor area, and then the next 3 to 4 are going to be exploring, you know, doing recon and finding some specific stuff, which we'll get to, but it'll be, you know, our closing campaign for Tier 2 for the Blue 4 rotation, but I hope you guys did enjoy it. I'm now prepping the Tier 3 stuff, so if there's no more questions, thank you guys for playing, and I hope you enjoyed that one.
Yep. It was good.
Yeah, thanks for a match. Good match.
Good match.
Good match.
Good match.
Was alright.
Good game.
Gotta go open some loot crates, dude.
Good game.
I'll be right back.
Oh man, I got a legendary.
Alright, so I'm going to keep the stream going because we're going to go right into the Tier 3 mission. That's what I'm currently trying to load up, so... Yeah, well versus Sniper Wolf Pew Pew. So, if you want to watch the Tier 3 mission, feel free to stay. It's just going to take us about 10 to 15 minutes to get it all set up and whatnot. Hopefully it is the right one. But otherwise, it uses the same mod set. I'm currently just cycling through the recent tab to try to make it appear. There it is. I changed the password on her. I have to remember it. Why is it still saying Cobb button? It should be Redux. There we go. Put in all my passwords in, yada yada yada, and then we'll take away TeamSpeak or TFAR. You know, it's TeamSpeak, Jesus. After I verify it's the right mission file, so...